Hello, welcome to my second video on my forest stuff. Um, this video will be about like forest diseases and how to prevent them. This is part one. Part two will be about forest fires. It's like a whole thing about how to keep trees healthy. That's kind of what I would say, unit or like group of videos. I don't know. Um, so one major thing to watch out for is like invasive species. That's one of the biggest things that causes forests to just die. Um, and that's why we have so many laws preventing um, these outside species to come into these different ecosystems that aren't used to it, and they won't be able to fight off these bugs or these diseases. And that's why we have so many laws keeping you from maybe like taking fruits from like this state to another state, or to this country to another country, to prevent you from carrying bugs or diseases with you to the other state. And that's one thing to watch out for. The second is make sure you're maintaining your tree, like the tree is healthy. Make sure you're watering it. Make sure you're trimming it. Make sure you're not just like doing like where it's like not all the way to like the base of the tree when you're clipping off a branch, because if it's out, then the tree's going to pretty much bleed like sap, and that's not healthy for it. So and then yeah, just make sure you're trimming it correctly and not overly trimming, or yeah, just make sure you're doing that all of that correctly. Um, Another thing is make sure the tree isn't overly crowded. Make sure that like your trees aren't too close. So then yeah, that's not going to help it because they both need sunlight, and they're going to be competing for the sunlight, for the nutrients in the soil, and that's going to end up like making them smaller, because if you gave all that nutrients to one tree, then that tree would do a lot better. And then you're pretty much splitting it off to two different trees, which will make both of them smaller. Um, so just make sure you have enough space. I don't know what the exact spacing needs to be for like, and I'm mostly talking right now about like, let's say you have like apple trees or any kind of trees. Like, just make sure that it's not like the native trees, but like trees like special trees. I don't know what you like apple trees, um, broadleaf trees. But yeah, for like bigger forests, the biggest thing that causes like a mass amount of trees to die is people not watching and seeing, and this could be the same for like your apple trees or your normal trees, like the ones that you maintain, that you water daily. Um, is that you're not watching and you're not realizing that there's like a fungus, or there's like a disease, there's bugs that are going around infecting those trees, and if you're not aware of it, then you can't help stop it. So that's like one of the biggest things that causes tree death. And so one big major thing is just watching, seeing if you see anything weird. Let's like an example is like with pine trees. If you have one branch that's like all dead, like it's all yellow or orange would be a better. Like all the pine needles are orange or yellow. Uh, that's not like a good sign, because normally pine beetles will like attack the tree, and if it's like a natural thing, then it'll be kind of sporadic, where the some pine needles are green and some are orange. But if it's pine beetles, then one branch will be dead, and that's a big sign. So you'll want to watch out for that. Yeah, and pine beetles spread very fast, and they're hard to stop. So that's one major thing that you want to be like with pine trees. You want to be watching out for that. Um, Another thing is just making sure your tree is getting enough nutrients, that's like fertilizer. Just make sure it's healthy. Um, Make sure that trying to think of one thing, I'm blanking right now. Um, yeah, just watch out for invasive species. Watch out for pine beetles. Just watch out for these different things. Make sure your tree is healthy, because then it can fight off those bugs or those diseases better if it's more healthy. So that's one major thing. Yeah, and for the next video, it will be more about like wildfires and that kind of stuff. Maybe more disease stuff and like bugs if I think of it. If I think of it, then I'll discuss that. But yeah, this is the end of this video, so bye. Hope you enjoyed it.